difference in her business, professional career, and community at large. The CIBPA's Women of the Year Award was awarded earlier this year to construction. Julie has helped shape Toronto's skyline through landmark projects, building a legacy of excellence. She has been recognized with honors, including the Order of Ontario and multiple industry awards, reflecting her vision and commitment to the community. Her career is also marked by service on numerous boards and initiatives, where she has championed housing, inclusivity, and philanthropic causes.
Congratulations to Julie for that wonderful accomplishment. The next award, and this one's really special to so many of us in this room because it's a true Canadian icon, and it's emotional for many people to really acknowledge all that Frank Iacobucci has contributed, not only to our community, but to all of Canada. And with that, we're presenting tonight Frank with a Lifetime Contribution Award. So please turn your attention to the screen.
This award aims to celebrate and commend exceptional individuals within our community who demonstrate outstanding achievements in the early years of their business or professional career and promise to be major contributors to both business and community initiatives. The CIBPA Next Gen Award goes to Selena Paglia, CEO and lead nurse of OcuLife Home Care. With nearly a decade of experience in home care, Selena founded OcuLife with the mission of delivering compassionate, nurse-led services that allow seniors to age with dignity in their own homes. Now managing over 650 healthcare providers, Selena was inspired by the resilience and sacrifices of her immigrant grandfather, and she embraces the values of family, hard work, and giving back in her career. She also serves as a board member for Bridges of Love North Region and as a community member for Hospice Vaughan, supporting programs that enhance seniors' health and well-being.
Okay. What am I going to say? Frank, future ahead of you, and you look fabulous. Maybe with that, I'll ask Selena Paglia to please come up to the stairs. Our Next Gen Award winner, also got a really bright future ahead of her, and also looks fabulous. Thank you.
Hello? Perfect. I can't tell how much... Ooh. Okay. Hello? Is that good? Yes? Okay. Sorry about that. This works as well. Perfect. I can't tell how much this award means to me. Since I was a little girl, all I wanted to do was to help others and somehow leave the world better than I found it. That dream carried me from being a personal support worker, PSW, to a registered nurse, and now a leader in the healthcare field. But the truth is, I stumbled into home care by accident. It was the best accident I made in my life. Once I saw how much better people do at home and how desperately even hospital patients, and sometimes even the nurses, wanted to go home. I knew this is where I meant to dedicate my life. This journey has been nothing but easy. Along the way, people have told me, you won't make it, success isn't for you. But being half Sicilian and half Calabrese, stubbornness runs in my blood. You can't just made me say, watch me. With that drive and with the support of my partner, Ben, who's in the room right there, OppiLife was born. 3 years later, we've had the privilege of serving over hundreds of families across the GTA, bringing not just care, but peace of mind. And this is only the beginning. Our vision is to see a higher level of standard of home care across the province, Ontario, and across Canada, so that aging at home becomes not the exception, but the norm. I want to thank everybody who has supported me. The people at the table over there on table 12 have been everything but supportive. The best table in the room. Sorry, everybody. But to my dad, who is here, also right there, and to my nano, who is here in spirit. Thank you for instilling in me the courage, values, and work ethics that carries through my hardest moments. And to Ben, thank you for believing in me, in my mission, and for what home care can mean for families. I love you and appreciate you. To the next generation in this room, don't ever let no or you can't define you. If you believe in yourself and stay consistent, you'll be amazed as to what is possible. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Thank you to the CIBPA team for this incredible honor. I promise to carry it forward for our seniors, for our families, and for the next generation to come. And together we can make aging at home not just a possibility, but the standard for our seniors, their families, and the next generation. Per i nostri anziani, per le nostre famiglie, e per il nostro futuro, sorry. Grazie.
Okay, and now I really mean it. Please turn your attention to the screen for a video on Mr. Frank Iacobucci.
Lifetime Contribution Award. This award recognizes an individual who has demonstrated exceptional leadership, service, and a passion for excellence, and has made an outstanding contribution over multiple decades in their business or profession, serving as a symbol of admiration. The CIBPA's Lifetime Contribution Award goes to the Honorable Frank Iacobucci, former Chief Justice of the Federal Supreme Court of Canada. With a distinguished career spanning private practice, academia, government, and judicial service, Frank has made significant contributions across Canada's legal landscape. He has served as Dean of the University of Toronto Faculty of Law, Deputy Minister of Justice, Chief Justice of the Federal Court, and made history as the first Italian-Canadian appointed to the Supreme Court of Canada. He has also advanced reconciliation through the Indian Residential School Settlement and has been honored with the Order of Canada and the Commendatore of the Italian Republic.
If I could have the Honorable Frank Iacobucci please join me on the stage.
Pulled out my boarding pass, so distinguished guests, Ambassador Cataneo, can you hear me all right? Ambassador Lametti, the Atnau Ambassador Ray, and Consul General of Italy, Luca, who just left, and unfortunately he had to leave. We are really well served by Italian diplomats. After 20 years in Ottawa and 20 or 30 years here, the diplomats from Italy have been just top class. And the current group is no exception. Thank you very much for the kind words that have been said about me. I'm profoundly touched by this award, and I wish to express my gratitude to Jiba for a main reason, because it shows a common link that is so important to me, and that is my Italian heritage and my love for Canada. The Lifetime Award makes me think back to my life's journey that began in Vancouver. Now, I have only a few minutes, and I don't mean it to be a summary of my life, because it would be pretty difficult to do that in, I think, a few hours, because I'm a pretty old guy. I lived a long time, and I'm lucky for it. But I wish to mention, albeit briefly, three people who were major highlights in my, or turning points, if you like, in my life. My parents and my wife. All three should share this award. My father went to Vancouver from Abruzzo in 1922, and my mother arrived there from Calabria as a 16-year-old in 1925. Under an arranged marriage that she did not go through with when she saw that the marriage partner was over double her age. Their stories, like many other, thousands and thousands of others, on leaving Italy, what were their reasons and why they went, are movies or books, like the many thousands who followed. I do want to say that my parents had 4 children. I was the third, born in 1937, so you accountants can quickly calculate how old I am today. 1937, just a few years before Mussolini made that terrible step of joining up with Hitler in 1940. That converted my parents into enemy aliens. That meant that they had to report monthly to the RCMP. And I can remember as a 4 or 5-year-old going several times with my mother to report to the Mounties. We lived in the east end of Vancouver on what people called the wrong side of the tracks. I despise that expression. It wasn't the wrong side to me. It was the poor side. But nothing wrong about it, because people can't help their economic status in many cases. During the Depression and war years, my parents, to survive, had rabbits, chickens, goats in the backyard. And in the front yard, my mother had flowers. My parents were basically uneducated. My mother had grade 5. My father had not one day in school because he had to work on the farm in Italy, as they were tenant farmers in Abruzzo. But they were both intelligent. And we as a family were basically upper poor class or lower middle class. Yet we were happy. And laughter was a common reaction, especially when we told and retold stories. Like when our nanny goat got loose and went over to Mrs. Brown Rose Garden and devastated it by eating up the roses. She was close to my mother as a friend, but she couldn't take that. She called the police, and some detectives came over. They knocked on the door. In those days, a lot of them were Scottish and bigger than my mother, who was 4'11", and said to her, do you have a goat? She said, yes. And did your goat go to Mrs. Brown's garden and demolish the roses? She said, yes. And then she said, and what's your name, in a Scottish brogue? And she replied, she had this vision, Rosina Iacobucci arrested by the police. And she said, Mrs. Mackenzie. And the cops laughed. They couldn't stop laughing, went down the stairs. This was told to me, my older brother. This was an example of the kind of laughter and storytelling that we did in the family. But looking back, for me, there are 2 points of great importance: education and sports. Education provided pathways for a career, and sports to the lessons in life of teamwork, resilience, and character development. School and sports kept me away from trouble, as many people, young people in the neighborhood, got into difficulties through their misconduct. But I have to say, although I had a lot of education in my life, the most important thing I learned were the values from my uneducated parents, because they were lessons about a human being, what a human being should be. My mother's lessons were get an education. No one could take it away from you. Work hard and don't bring shame to the family. No, it wasn't don't bring pride. That would be asking too much. But you could be counted on not to bring shame to the family. So I was able to attend university, but at university, my statistics professor asked me what I wanted to do. I said I wanted to be a lawyer. This is 1957. And I said I wanted to be a lawyer. And he said, why would you want to do that? And I said, why do you ask that question, Professor? And he said, you don't have the right name for it. Now that's 1957 in Vancouver. He then said we should go see John Deutsch, who was chair of the department, later to be president of Queen's University. And if Deutsch had said he agreed with Matuszewski, I would have not gone into the law, because I didn't know what that was all about and what were the consequences. Anyway, Deutsch said Canada was changing. But in that, I found disquieting. Why should someone's name be a barrier to work? It just didn't make any sense to me. So I went to law school, and it did reasonably well, and I got a fellowship to go to England to do graduate study. Here's the third person I want to salute, and that's my wife, Nancy. I've said this a million times, and Sam Ciccolini reminded me, and I said, I'm going to say the same thing tonight, Sam. I would not be here were it not for Nancy. It's as simple as that. her love and support, she helped me in everything. When I was a professor, she edited my articles and writings that I did and made them better because she's a fabulous editor and she has a fabulous record. She was a distinguished student. She was a pathbreaker for women in the law. She did so well. She went to, and one of the few women at Harvard Law School, and she graduated with an A average. And I'm so proud of her and what she did for me personally and our children, 3 children we have. Mothers make families. Men don't, women do. But they do more than that nowadays. That's what Nancy did. 2 of our 3 children are here tonight, and I'm so happy for them to be here. And we're so proud of our children. Nancy takes 90% of the work that went into making us proud of our children. That's the fact. So this award, as I said at the outset, should be shared with my parents and my wife. Now, in life, we all know that providence is just as important as planning. And I was lucky. I was lucky to get the positions I had and the opportunities that I had. And I'd like to think that I was qualified for those positions, but I also realized I was hardly the only choice people could make. There were so many people who were just as qualified as I was. But I'm so grateful for what I was able to do because I'm so proud of my heritage and I just love this country so much. Thank you very much.
Again, another round of applause for Honorable Frank Iacobucci. Inspiring words from an inspiring gentleman. And speaking of inspiration, our next award winner is our Community Leadership Award, which is to Ms. Rina Pelletieri. Yeah, let's give a round of applause. Rina is a force of nature in so many ways, but not the least of which is all that she does for the community around us and the contribution she makes. So please turn your attention to the screens for a brief video.
Community Leader Award. This award honors individuals who have demonstrated outstanding leadership and have significantly contributed to the community through their philanthropy. The CIBPA Community Leader Award goes to Rina Pelletieri, Regional Vice President at RBC in the Greater Toronto Region. Rina has been with RBC for over 35 years, holding senior leadership roles across retail, commercial, and national banking. She has been widely recognized for her community impact, with honors including the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal, the Order of Bonn, and the King Charles III Coronation Medal. Her leadership extends beyond business through her service as chair of the Mackenzie Health Foundation Board, where she helped make the Gordalucci Vaughan Hospital a reality, and through her involvement with organizations such as McMichael Art Gallery Foundation and the Elspeth Hayworth Center for Women.
Buonasera. Wonderful to be here. What a beautiful evening. Thank you, Tony Cucuzzo and the CIBPA Board of Directors. I am truly humbled and I'm very honored for this recognition this evening. I'd like to pay tribute of this recognition to my family, starting off with my beautiful mother, Carmela Gulizia, who's here with us tonight. My mother came to Canada when she was 11, and our family's from the little town of Delia in the provincia of Caltanissetta in the beautiful island of Sicily. My father came when he was 16. My father passed away many years ago when he was at the very young age of 39. Left my mother with 4 small children. I know my father is here this evening. He's watching from the heavens, and I feel him in my heart. I also want to pay tribute to my amazing husband, Sal Pelletieri. He is my high school sweetheart. We celebrated 35 years of wedding anniversary this year, and he is my inspiration every day to give me the energy to do what I do to help our family and help our team at RBC and help our community. And he's blessed me with 2 beautiful children, Richard and Julia. And just these past 3 weeks, my son Richard and my beautiful daughter-in-law Michaela blessed us with the birth of our first grandchild. We are members of the Grandparents Club. We have a beautiful baby grandson, baby Salvatore. And it's just incredible, the feeling of family. I'd also like to pay tribute to my beautiful sister Stephanie and my brother-in-law Joe, who are our best friends. And not only family and best friends, but every day there for us, no matter what happens. I'd like to thank my mother's brother and my Zio Diego and my Zia Rosetta that came for this beautiful celebration from Windsor, and they are an inspiration to our family as well, and we very much love them. Tomorrow we get to celebrate my daughter Julia's bridal shower to her amazing fiancé Anthony, and we are a blessed family, we truly are. This tribute is also for my team at RBC. And as mentioned in the video, I've been part of Team RBC for over 35 years. And I've had the privilege to work for a great organization that truly thinks about their clients, their team members, and their community. And we live a vision of helping our clients thrive and our communities prosper. And that is an energy that I exude with our team every day to give back. And we know that when you have an opportunity to help and pay it forward, that it really drives the next person to want to do the same. And as many of you know, I always say that together we truly are stronger. We all realize that success is failure unless one gives back to their community. And when we truly do give back each and every day and pay it forward, we're setting the stage for the next generation. So having said that, thank you so much for this honor. Thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight to celebrate with our beautiful community. Congratulations to all the award recipients this evening, and just a wonderful opportunity to say a big thank you to all of you. Grazie mille.
Again, our heartfelt congratulations go out to Rena. Next up is our Professional Excellence Award. And this year, we're proud to recognize Dr. Andrea Rigamonti, a respected leader in critical care and a driving force behind advanced patient care and education. Please turn your attention to the screens.
Professional Excellence Award. This award honors an individual who has achieved distinction in their profession and extended their impact through philanthropy, community service, or the arts. The CIBPA's Professional Excellence Award goes to Dr. Andrea Regamonti, anesthesiologist and critical care physician at St. Michael's Hospital and associate professor at the University of Toronto. Andrea has built a distinguished career in anesthesiology and critical care, with leadership roles including medical director of the Trauma Neurosurgical Intensive Care Unit and director of the Trauma Neurosurgical Anesthesia and Critical Care Fellowship Program. His expertise and leadership were instrumental during the COVID-19 pandemic, where he ensured ICU adequate operations and staffing at St. Michael's Hospital. Beyond this profession, Andrea has a lifelong record of service, from volunteering with the Red Cross and missions abroad to supporting programs for disabled children, reflecting his commitment to both patient care and the broader community.
Dove cominciare? Grazie Tony, grazie al board of Directors of CIBPA. I'm truly honored to be the recipient of this award, and I have no words to express my gratitude. Being a member of CIBPA provides me the opportunity to connect with professionals that shares my Italian heritage and values. And one of the values that still is very present in Italian culture is the value of family. It is my family that I must thank for all of my achievements, particularly my mom. After my father died when I was only 2.5 at the age 30, my mom dedicated her whole life to her 3 children. È la mamma più meravigliosa del mondo. After high school, I went on to study engineering. However, after 3 years, I realized it was not my calling. I decided to enroll into medical school, and only because of all her sacrifices that she made to support me financially, I was able to do it. I was able to complete my medical school and then do my training in anesthesia and critical care. I would also like to thank Dr. Andrew Baker, my predecessor as chief of the critical care department. I started this 20-year-long journey when I came to Canada from Milano, from Monza, Monza is my hometown. And I still remember the day that I received a phone call from Dr. Baker where he essentially interviewed me over the phone. I still remember sitting in my bedroom on my chair talking to him. This journey, saw me culminated with the appointment to chief of the critical care department last January, and it would have been possible without his support and mentoring. I would also like to thank my 2 teenager children. They, tolerated my long hours of work, coming back home late, and I cannot thank more for their support and tolerating my being late many times. And finally, I would like to thank my beloved fiancée, who is here tonight. Carrie, I love you. It is because of her support that I could get through some difficult moments, and I could get where I am now, personally and professionally. And I will conclude with a little story that speaks to my love for food and cooking that many Italians share with me. During my first wave, the first wave of COVID, I was featured on the first page of the Globe and Mail with a report about myself and about Dr. Goffi. And the report it talked about our connection with our Italian colleagues and our efforts to learn from their experience how to treat COVID patients. A friend of my son saw the paper and went to his parents and told them, "I didn't know that Andrea was a doctor. I thought he was a chef." Grazie, grazie di cuore.
Another round of applause for Andrea. All right. Next up is our Business Excellence Award. I'm really excited to announce this one because Northbridge Financial Corporation, which is one of the largest P&C insurance companies in the country, has thrived under Sylvie's leadership, pairing strong results with a deep commitment to community and workplace culture. Please turn your attention to the screens for a video on our 2025 Business Excellence Award winner, Sylvie Wright.
Business Excellence Award. This award honors an individual who has demonstrated exceptional achievements in entrepreneurship, innovation, and business leadership. The CIBPA's Business Excellence Award goes to Sylvie Wright, President and CEO of Northbridge Financial Corporation. As President and CEO since 2011, Sylvie has led Northbridge's transformation into one of Canada's top commercial insurers. Under her leadership, 4 companies were unified into a high-performing group, now recognized as the 3rd largest commercial property and casualty insurer in the country. A results-driven executive and advocate for education, she continues to champion growth, innovation, and community impact across the industry.
Please welcome Sylvie Wright to the stage.
Buonasera. My name is Sylvie Wright, ma io sono Silvana Pierina Halfon Dal Passo. I would like to thank the Association for the Business Excellence Award. Receiving this honor holds a really special meaning to me because it not only reflects my roots and my Italian values, but the wonderful opportunities Canada has provided me. I was born in a small village in Italy. For those of you who are interested, in Friuli. So I hope we have some Friulanis here. So where, I see some waves. So where I had my very first business experience. And that came from working alongside my nonna Felicita. My nonna owned a general store. And at the age of 11, I stood behind Il Banco, and my job was to manually prepare and add up all the customers' bills. So you could say that laid the foundation to my career, first as an accountant and second as an insurance executive. So as I reflect on my Italian values that really helped me and others build a successful business, 3 stand up above the rest. The first, and I know many of you have mentioned it, but as I always remind my children, nothing is more important than a strong work ethic. And that I saw first from my nonna. Second, passion. As you know, many Italians as we are passionate people. And loving what you do inspires others to care and inspires others to follow your lead. And thirdly, taking risks for the right opportunities, not being afraid to fail. And that is what many of our parents have done, taking risks to come to a new country. So as I stand here today, I am grateful for the recognition, and I'm grateful for the many people that have helped me along the way, my family, my colleagues, and my friends. I believe we have a responsibility to pass it forward, to pass the kindness we have received, the wisdom, and the trust that has shaped our journeys. So let us all remember to help each other, have lots of fun along the way, because success, like a good Italian meal, is best when shared. Grazie.
All right, another round of applause for Sylvie. Okay, that brings us to our final award for the evening, which certainly is not the least. It's our President's Award. And this honor is reserved for a leader whose vision and drive extend beyond just their profession or their business, but into true community impact. And it gives me just enormous pleasure to announce our 2025 award winner, Sabrina Fiorellino. Please turn your attention to the screen.
President's Award. The President's Award is presented at the discretion of the CIBPA President and Selection Committee to an individual whose leadership and vision have driven progress in their profession and created tangible benefits for our community. The CIBPA President's Award goes to Sabrina Fiorellino, CEO and co-founder of Federal International Incorporated. Sabrina began her career as legal counsel on Bay Street before founding and successfully selling a private road building company. Sabrina's entrepreneurial spirit and expertise in managing multi-million-dollar businesses led her to pivot successfully during the COVID-19 pandemic, creating solutions for critical space shortages. In 2020, she launched Faro International, leading it from a startup to operating Canada's largest modular manufacturing plant. Through her work at Faro, she has advanced innovative construction solutions for healthcare, housing, and other critical markets, building faster, smarter, and greener to address urgent community needs. Her resilience and commitment to innovation inspires others to pursue leadership in traditionally male-dominated fields.
Good evening, distinguished guests, fellow honorees, sponsors, friends, and family. Thank you so much for giving me a platform to share with you today. I know you've heard a lot of speeches. I was supposed to take 2 minutes. Mine is very long. I apologize in advance. There's a lot of people who I want to say thank you to. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate my fellow recipients, the Honorable Frank Iacobucci, Julie DiLorenzo, Sylvie Wright, Dr. Andrea Rigamonte, Rina Pelletieri, and Selena Paglia. We are here tonight to celebrate these remarkable individuals who embody the very essence of our community spirit, vision, and leadership. Your contributions to your fields and to our community are truly inspiring, and your achievements continue to shape and strengthen our community and inspire me. I'd like to acknowledge all the young people and students in the room, including Brianna, Anthony, and Michaela. Your future is bright and your potential is limitless. Believe in yourself because everything's possible, and never stop striving for greatness. The Italian community has always valued hard work, unity, and the pursuit of excellence. The community stands behind you, cheering you on every step of the way. You are our future. I would also like to thank all of the elected officials in the room. There's a lot of you. I don't want to miss anyone, except to say, Tito, the math is the math. Mayor Scarpetti, thank you for all of your support when I was operating a business in Markham so many years ago. You helped springboard my career. And to the federal and provincial governments, particularly former Minister Filomena Tassi and Minister Vic Fideli, for supporting Faro through government programs in its very early days of growth, and believing in the dream of an Italian female to build a modular construction company at a time when no one even knew what modular construction was. Being a politician can be a thankless job. No matter what you do, someone is unhappy, and it takes real bravery to stand in the face of opposition. Thank you for your continued courage in supporting our municipalities, our province, and our country. I encourage you to continue to uphold our fundamental values, including our Charter of Rights and Freedoms and our criminal code, the balance between the two being the very foundation of our beautiful country and our democracy. I'm deeply humbled and honored to stand before you tonight as a recipient of the President's Award. This recognition is not just a personal milestone. It is a celebration of the values, traditions, and the community spirit that the CIBPA has fostered for over 7 decades. But this award is not just a personal milestone. It is a reflection of all the people around me who have helped me to do what I do today. In 2024, I attended the World of Modular Conference in Orlando, Florida. The keynote speaker was named Kevin D. Bacon, and he gave a keynote address entitled The Hero Effect. He spoke about his abuse story, how he overcame it, became an internationally renowned motivational speaker, working as an executive at a multi-million-dollar company. In his speech, Kevin also said something simple but profound. No one can do this alone. He asked the audience a simple question. When you look in the mirror, who do you see standing alongside you? The everyday heroes who have helped you get to where you are today. I want to share with you a few stories about my everyday heroes who have helped me to be where I am today. First and foremost, I want to thank my nominator, Mary Tatangelo. She's in Italy right now and couldn't be here tonight. Mary called me out of the blue and insisted I have dinner with her, Romina Monaco, and Susie Racine because she wanted to nominate me for an award. Of course, I resisted, but as you know, if you know Mary, she's very persistent, so she insisted. I sat with the ladies, Mary forced me to tell them their story. Romina went on to write a beautiful nomination for me. I was a stranger to her at the time, and she sent it to Sabrina Morelli, who was also a stranger at the time. I honestly didn't think it was going anywhere, but somehow I'm standing in front of you today. Thank you, Mary, Romina, Sabrina, Susie, for believing in someone you barely knew. And thank you for becoming some of my closest friends, allowing me to share the good, bad, and ugly with you and supporting me through everything. I also want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the CIBPA leadership, especially President Tony Cucuzzo and Joanne, Sabrina Morelli, Bob Sacco, Kathy, the entire KPMG team, Gianni Leonetti, Tina Gonzalez, Tony Cipriani, Joe and Daniela Vitali, Dr. Roberto Provenzano, and Estefania, who I know worked really hard to make tonight possible. The entire organizing committee and volunteers for putting on this incredible event. Your dedication to uplifting our community and supporting the next generation of leaders is truly inspiring. I would also like to thank the Italian Canadian community. Our unity, passion, and support for organizations like Chiba and its mission are what makes the community so strong. It's your presence that truly makes this occasion special for me. There are so many of you that have contributed to building this country and helped our community grow and inspire me to do better every day. The Fazzaris, Mary and Frank, Muradas, Melissa and Angela, the Magnatas, Monacos, Tony and Romina, Lombardis, Pramucci's, Ciccolinis, Palettas, particularly Paul Paletta, Danielle Zuquette, CEO of ChemCare Network. Danielle, your courage in the face of a loss of a child and the mission you're on to build a children's hospice to help others dealing with the same pain is an example of true resilience for all of us. The Gasparro families. Vince, I'll never forget the kindness your father showed me so many years ago. Cordalucci's. I've known the Cordalucci's since I was very young. They've always shown me kindness beyond words. When my mom got sick, they asked about her every time they saw me, and even up until last night, they asked. Peter, to you and your family, thank you for everything you've done for me and mine, and for the example you've set for our community that inspires me and so many others every day. To the Gaspers family, particularly Angie and Carlo, the best neighbors someone could have. The power went out on our street, and Carlo called me and insisted that I went to his house to warm up and have coffee because his house had a generator and mine didn't. The small but impactful act of kindness will stay in my heart forever. All of you inspire me to do better and better every day. Remind me of the importance of sharing charity and humility with our entire community. To my friends who were in Montreal with me last weekend, Dr. Giuseppe Papia, Natalie Papia, Dr. Fabio Varlese, thank you for the honor you bestowed upon me and the example you have set to serve the less fortunate than us. I look forward to the good work we will embark on together. To my other friends who are here for me in so many different ways, always supporting me no matter how often we see each other or not. I know if I call you, you're there. Steve Guglietti, Sandy, Pina D'Agostino, Paolo Golini, Nick Simone, Patrizia Negro, Mark Falbo, Sal Rabani, who's become like a brother to me. Jennifer Renda, Betty, my Greek sister, Daniela, who's literally my therapist, Joanna, Susie, Amanda, Natasha, who showed up at my house the last time I was sick with a home remedy, and so many more. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. To my mentors, Paul Godfrey and Raj Kothari. Both of you are exemplary gentlemen who have contributed so much to our country. You have never asked me for anything, and you've selfishly taken me under your wings out of the goodness of your hearts and helped me to fly. There are truly no words that can capture the depth of gratitude I feel for the kindness you have shown me. To our funders, many of you may not know that Faro is a majority female-owned and led construction company. We have majority female leadership at both our board and executive team. Over 20% of our direct labor force is female, and the national average is 4 to 5%. Female-funded startups received only 1.9% of global venture funding in 2002, despite the fact that female-funded and co-funded startups achieve 50% higher revenue with 50% less funding compared to other startups. Given the statistics, it was almost impossible for me to raise money to grow the company at the beginning, but it took one family to believe in us. That family is the Mancinelli family from Liuna, who together with their partners at Fangate were the initial funders of Faro. They contribute so much to our community. They're vocal advocates for women and women in trades. They have supported me literally when no one else would, so I can continue to do what I do today. I am eternally grateful to them, Joe, Enza, Anthony, and Victoria, who are here with us, the rest of the Mancinelli family and extended family, including Enrico, who literally gives the best hugs and can cheer you up no matter what. I am profoundly grateful for your kindness, which has left a mark in my life that no words could ever do justice to. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. To my colleagues at Faro, thank you for your unwavering commitment, for believing in the crazy idea I had 5 years ago, and for going on this ride with me. Themis Savalas, who recently joined our journey and fully jumped in with both feet without hesitation. Angela Mancini, the newest member of our executive team, and by fluke, a global trade and tariff expert who couldn't have come at a better time. Jennifer Blake, Faro's marketing and communications specialist. I interviewed for a year before we hired Jennifer. She's truly amazing and makes us look good every single day. Jeff Cowper-Smith, our Chief Legal Officer, who I'm not sure that we could live without. He also has a special honor of dealing with our nonsense and trying to rein us in on a daily basis. Thank you. Maria Perella, who couldn't be here tonight because she's traveling. She's a mentor to me and a big sister I never had. An amazingly successful Italian woman who is there for me and for our company whenever we ask for help. We wouldn't be where we are without her. Finally, a special shout out to Alessandro Valentino Scopacasa. Yes, that is really his name. We have worked together through 2 companies, so many years, good times and bads. Thank you for being on this journey from me from the very beginning, picking me up when I needed it the most, and curbing my enthusiasm when my dreams and ideas got out of hand. There's a running joke at the office that Alex is Woody from Toy Story, and I'm Buzz Lightyear, trying to go to the moon while Alex is still digging. We have become like yin and yang, finding the right balance between space travel and reality, even though I still think we're going to build a hospital for the Canadian Space Agency and send it to the moon one day. To Alex and the Faro team, I look forward to going to infinity and beyond with all of you. This award belongs to all of you. Your passion and dedication uplift our organization and inspire others to lead without limits and with humanity and grace. Thank you for everything you do for me every day. Last but not least, to my family, those with us and those who have passed, whose love and encouragement have been the foundation and reason why I built Faro, out of the complex health crisis we faced during COVID. To my brother, you've literally been there from the very beginning and there's no escape. My sister-in-law, thank you both for always having my back and supporting Faro for its very early days. I'm so fortunate to have you both in my life, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of my niece and nephew, Amelia and Julia's life in such a significant way. They opened my heart in a way that I never thought possible. To my mom, who taught me the lesson of resilience even in the face of death. For those who don't know, my mom is a real-life superhero who suffered a respiratory arrest, was on life support, and eventually received a double lung transplant, and is here with us today. In the face of death, she fought to survive with almost no chance of survival. She made it. Thank you for showing me that anything's possible, even against all odds. And lastly, to my grandfather. My grandfather was a mentor, a father to me and my brother, even though we were his grandchildren, and a best friend to me for the majority of my life. He was the warmest, happiest, kindest, most compassionate human I ever met. He had an amazing sense of humor and was a flamboyant storyteller. Above all else, he was a dedicated family man. He worked endlessly and selflessly to provide for his family and ensure that we could have a better life. He literally gave us everything. In so many ways, I owe my survival to my grandfather, and I know I wouldn't be in my life where I am today if it wasn't for him. He inspired my entire business career, including my current company, and even though he's no longer with us, I thank him every day for giving me a chance to make it, simply through showing me love, kindness, and support every day. Before I get kicked off the stage, and for speaking too long, I would sincerely like to thank all of my everyday heroes, both in this room and not. Thank you for believing in me, guiding me, and reminding me that true progress is measured not only in achievements, but in the strength of relationships we build and the lives that we touch. I'm standing up here today because of each and every one of you. Because of all of you, my lifelong goal is to be an everyday hero to as many people as possible, to pay forward the kindness that you have showed me, and in doing so, to prove that creating real change is possible through acts of kindness. Tonight we celebrate our heritage and the achievements of all the award recipients. Let us remember that our greatest legacy is the community we create. Let us continue to honor our traditions, support one another, and build a stronger tomorrow. Thank you again to Chiba for this extraordinary honor. I'm so proud to be part of this vibrant community. I look forward to working together to shape a future filled with hope, love, opportunity, and unity. Grazie mille. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Congratulations to all our award winners. Could we have all the award winners get up on stage and take a picture with our president, please? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far. The raffles are next.
Okay, we're gonna do the raffle. Well, we're doing. Can we have these in for a sec? Okay, while we do the photo with the award recipients, we're gonna do the draw at the same time. No. Okay. Okay, so Stella is going to now do the raffle. So if everyone wants to check their tickets while we do the picture with the award recipients. Thank you.
Okay, are you guys ready? All right, we are going to pull the lucky winner, and we're going to start off first with the 70-30 draw. The 70-30 draw. All right. 70-30 draw. Yes, yeah, 70-30. And so if you want to know what the value of that 70-30 draw, a lucky winner will get $3,507.30. Even 30 cents. I hope you guys share that 30 cents with me. No, good. $3,507.30. And we're gonna roll it now. Drum roll. All right, the lucky winner is number 084998. Oh, I hear a winner. All right, if you can make your way up to the stage, please, and claim your prize. So you just won $3,507.30. Did somebody yell yes, I think? No? No? Yes? We got a winner? Yeah, we got a winner right here. Congratulations.